Hi all, welcome to Mod 3. It's Tracy Montero, pronouns she, her, career specialist. This is just a short video where I'm going to cover a few key elements of your resume as you continue to develop it into Mod 3. As you know, the resume rough draft will be a key deliverable at the end of Mod 3. And so I hope these reminders and resources will be helpful. So if you are still working on the draft, we really suggest that you have a template that is ATS friendly and ready. And what that means is it's a one column resume template versus the two column. Having the one column is really going to help you get past the applicant tracking systems if you apply online. However, if you have a two column resume that you'll use on platforms such as Terminal or to pass along to a contact, then it can work. However, if you're applying online, we highly suggest that you use an ATS friendly format, of which we have some examples on the Career Dev website, both in this lesson and on the resource page under resources on the site. So having an ATS friendly resume also means that there are no headers, footers, images. Bullet points are pretty standard versus stars or dashes. All of that makes it harder for a lot of ATS systems to decipher and read. And what else? It should have standard subheadings such as work experience, professional experience, technical experience, and things of that nature. Again, there's checklists and there's lots of information we have on the Career Dev site as to how to be ATS compliant. The next big area is that your resume needs to be technically focused. As career changers and coming from prior fields, it's important that you touch on your technical ability, skills, education in as many ways as possible. And so while we have a resume checklist, I'm going to touch on just a few of those technical pieces. And the first being your technical projects. And so we often hear, well, I'm in Mod 3 and I don't have projects yet that I want to highlight. That's perfectly fine. If you at least create the format, the structure for those projects on your resume now, then all you have to do is swap them out later. But it's important to at least start working on how would you describe your project? What is your project description that's succinct and that can fit within a line or two or one bullet? From there, how are you describing the project beyond just what problems it solved, but moving into the role you played? What was your individual contribution? What goals did you meet for the project? And how do you turn that statement into an accomplishment statement, similar to bullet points in your experience section? So having at least two projects on your current draft as placeholders, perhaps, and working through the nuances of the bullet points and project description will really help you to then swap them out and create even more effective bullet points and descriptions with later projects in Mods 3 and 4. All right, and so next, when you have your resume completed, let me go back. Let me click on my link here. Okay, so as you know, on the Career Dev site, we have started to put lessons and overviews and mini videos to support the deliverables and the action items that you'll work on. So for this lesson, the refresher lesson, I want to point out two resources, one being a resume checklist and other resume information that's here. And the checklist starts here. So this is a great way to guide your resume to see if you're on track. And then the second is, let me go back. The second is right here, and that is a series of micro videos that I created that covers the following sections of the resume. So you're welcome to look at these videos. They were created for Mod 2. It's new content that I just uploaded today. But it definitely has some great information and refreshers in all of these areas. Now, once you have a full draft, we suggest that you use a CV compiler. This is an ATS platform that we partner with. It's designed for junior and entry-level roles in tech, and it gives your resume a score. And then it's going to give you feedback. And not all of the feedback will apply, but you'll definitely get some good, solid feedback that's industry specific that can really help to enhance your resume. Once you have gone through the CV compiler, then you're able to submit your resume to Ryan or myself, and we're happy to review. And we ask that because it just makes it a little more effective for our time to review your resume if you've worked through some of the suggestions and feedback from the CV compiler. So you can definitely look at the step-by-step instructions, but I will point out here is the Turing promo code. You'll need this code to log into the CV compiler, which is here. But again, you'll have those step-by-step instructions here on the lesson plan. Once you have a completed resume and you're ready to start applying for roles, then another great optimizer is JobScan. Okay, so JobScan is a wealth of information to learn about applicant tracking systems and how to get past the bots. And so let's walk through an example of how you can use it to optimize your resume. So you can cut and paste your resume and then cut and paste a job that you want to apply for, and it will give you a match score. Ideally, JobScan wants you to have 80% or above match score. I've talked to recruiters and they say that's super high, and they will submit a resume if it's 50%. Not all will, some will, but that was great information. And that means do your best to get that match score up there. You don't want it to be 100%, then you're probably overqualified for the role, or it looks like you're keyword stuffing is what it's called, where you're just basically taking basically you're cutting and pasting the job description into your resume almost. And so you don't need to have 100% match score, but you don't want to have 20 or 30, right? And so here, it's going to let you know which keywords you are missing, if the job title is exact, if the education matches, so on and so forth. So this is another great tool, but it's limited. The free version, I believe you only get 5 free scans. And then they have other promotional and other types of things you can do to earn more scans. So be selective in how you use JobScan. I think there are lots of ways to gain more chances to use it, but definitely keep that in mind. And so, yeah, so that's pretty much a quick review on getting your resume set up and ready to go with the ATS friendly format, with the resume that's going to be technically focused, and that will allow you to eventually apply for roles, and then utilizing a great tool, which is JobScan. And then of course, we can't forget the pre-application tool, the CV compiler. So if you have questions, feel free to reach out to Ryan or myself. We're happy to clarify any areas, and we definitely want to continue working with you as you build out your resume. So I will stop here, and I will look forward to working with you soon.